2014 Cadillac ELR. I've been putting through its paces for the better part of a week, and I want to share everything about this car, the good and the bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at this plug-in hybrid. So looking at the Cadillac ELR, you think it maybe makes better sense to have it on the Nuremberg ring. It looks more like a successor to the CTS Coupe as opposed to what it really is, which is a variant of the Volt. So it's a very interesting car. So first, it was unveiled at the 2009 North American Motor Show based on the Converge concept. And it kept pretty true to what the concept looked like. It's absolutely gorgeous. From the 20-inch wheels pushed out to the corners, the jeweled LED headlights, the fins on the back that harken back to Cadillacs of yesteryear, to the gigantic two doors on this coupe. It is absolutely stunning. It is technically a four-seater. You only put the other two people in the back if you really hate them. There is no room at all. This whole beautiful package starts at $76,000. Ours is loaded up to well over $80,000. So this is not a car for the faint of heart or those light on the wallet. So what are you going to get for your $80,000? One thing you're not going to get is any sort of hydraulic lift for the hood. That's just an old school metal bar that props up the hood. Powering this guy, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So it's a plug-in hybrid, not a plug-in hybrid like you've seen before. What this does is it uses the gas-powered engine to actually put electricity back into the battery, not really connected to the wheels at all. So think of it as just a generator. So what it is, it's taken straight from the Chevy Volt. It's a 1.4-liter, four-cylinder gas-powered electric generator. It does take premium gas, though, is a big caveat. That's going to power the 16.5 kilowatt-hour battery. So those two combined are good for 181 horsepower and a whopping 295 foot-pounds of torque. Of course, being an electric vehicle, it's crazy torquey. Think of it like an electric drill. As soon as you push that trigger, it's spinning at full speed. Same thing here. You get max torque from really 1 RPM as soon as that car moves. So this thing gets out of its own way pretty quickly. It's going to have to move, though, a 4,050-pound car. So it's going to get from 0 to 60 eventually in 7.9. With an electric car, the 0 to 30 is where you get a lot of the fun and much more of the speed. So with all this electric and hybrid technology, it's going to be good for 82 mpge. When you're running on gas, it's going to be equivalent of 31 to 33 miles per gallon. If you combine the two, the gas and the electric, so a full tank of gas and a full charge, you'll be able to drive about 345 miles. If you want to refill that 16.5 kilowatt-hour pack, it's going to take 4 to 5 hours on a level 2 240-volt charger. So Cadillac for the past few years has really been known for technology, and there is a ton crammed into the cabin of the ELR. Some of it useful, some of it's just tech for tech's sake. Look at these cup holders. It's got a power retracting door. I don't know what it would cost to replace that motor, but I'm wagering it's not going to be cheap. You got a ton of hidden compartments here if that wasn't enough for you. Let's say you want to hide your sunglasses somewhere or something else. Go ahead and tap that. This is going to pop right up. Grab your glasses, and you are good to go. Put the sucker right on down. Look at this car. You notice that there are no knobs at all. It's very, very sleek. Everything here is all electronic. If you look at this main system here, it is Cadillac Q, which has haptic feedback. That means as you touch it, it gives a little bit of vibration, lets you know you hit something. We saw Q launched a few years ago, and it was a bit of a convoluted to use. Q in this iteration, though, is actually pretty intuitive. As a fun side note, my mother-in-law, who's not so tech savvy, drives an SRX. She learned how to use Q on her own very easily. So Cadillac claims it works very similar to a tablet. So looking at the screen right now, there's not much information right there. But it does have a bit of a proximity sensor. So as I bring my hand close to it, you'll see information starts to pop up. It looks cool. Why can't I have this information know when I'm driving all the time? Once you have it up here, though, it's very easy to navigate. Ribbon across the top is going to get you to the main functions. You've got, of course, your radio, you've got phone, you've got GPS, which is quite nice. This is real GPS. It's not based on OnStar. All of your climate control, and then if you want to jump in and see sort of your driving information and how the battery is getting used. In my opinion, one of the coolest features, though, of Q is in the audio setting. You can pause audio. So let's say you're listening to Howard Stern, you don't want to miss Robin's news, but your mom calls. You go ahead and pause that and pick it right up later and scrub through commercials to get to where you want to go. It's a really neat feature, and I'm really happy to see it standard with Q. So like the Volt, the ELR has 4 main drive modes. The first one that you're going to be in most is going to be Tour. That's sort of your general driving. It's optimized for MPG and performance. Kind of tries to find that happy medium point. The next one that you've got is Sport, and that's obviously what it says. It's going to drain the battery much quicker. You're going to get more electrons coming out. It's going to work that inverter a little bit more to get as much power and performance as you can out of the car. You will see about a 20 to 25% drop in electric range when you drop into that one. Next is going to be Mountain. And you're going to use Mountain when you want to conserve the battery and put as much electric juice as you can into it. So it's going to burn more gas to put electric power back in. It figures that you're going up a big hill and you're going to want that extra power. And the last one that we've got is Hold Mode, and that just essentially turns this into kind of a regular internal combustion engine. It saves the battery. So that's to say it's constantly generating power to keep a constant level of charge inside of that battery. So driving it in Tour, which is the main mode you're going to be in most of the time, it's surprisingly a pretty stiff suspension. It feels almost sports tuned. So you're going to feel the bumps in the road. Not so much that it's like you're driving a huge pickup truck or something. It definitely feels more along the suspension of a BMW 3 Series, where you feel what you're going over, but you're not sort of rattling into your jaw while you're driving. And because it's electric, you've got a completely linear power curve, at least when you've got a fully charged battery. So when you step on it, you really start to move. Something I really enjoyed with the car. So being an electric car, it's got regenerative braking, but they've done regenerative braking a little bit different. Let me explain quickly if you don't know what regenerative braking is. In a traditional internal combustion car, when you brake and the calipers condense down, you're gonna have heat. And that heat is usually just lost. It's kinetic energy. What regenerative braking does is it recaptures that kinetic energy and puts it back into the battery pack. Most electric cars, rather, like Tesla Model S, have a really aggressive regen. So when you take your foot off of the accelerated pedal, like I can't say gas here, it's gonna almost slow the car down, similar to downshifting on a manual transmission, and all the energy is gonna go back into the car. The ELR sort of takes a bit of a different approach. When you take your foot off of the accelerator pedal, it sort of focuses on coasting, and coasting uses no electricity whatsoever, sort of optimize your range, but it does have a light regen. If you want a more aggressive regen, you could drop the stock down into L, and L is gonna give you that more traditional electric car type regen. But that's not the only way to do it here. Cadillac did something really interesting on the ELR, and they listened to one of the complaints and feedback people had at the Volt, and they added paddles. And you see these paddles usually on this side in regular cars when you can upshift or downshift gears, but really no gears here in an electric car. What this is gonna do, and both pedals do the same thing, when you push it in, it activates your regenerative braking, so you get regen on demand. So you can keep it in your normal drive mode, push that in, and you can sort of slow yourself down. And you can really feel it's a very sort of jarring stop. So you can almost do one pedal driving. It's a really neat implementation. I've never seen the paddles before. And I got used to it in about 2 days, and I kind of liked having it. I do wish though, like all paddles, they're mounted to the stock and not the wheel itself, so they're kind of hard to find if you're turning, but that's a really small gripe. Also, plastic pedals on an $80,000 car would like the more premium material there, but that's a small gripe. So let me interrupt to this awesome car video for just 1 second. Listen, I'm online. I get called a lot of things online. I get called the guy with the dumb face. People tell me I look fat and have gained weight. People say I'm dumb, don't know what I'm talking about. People call me an Apple fanboy, call me an Android fanboy. But what hurts me the most right here in my heart is when they call me a hairy beast because I hate to shave. And it's true, I hate to shave, so let me tell you about our friends at Harry's. It's just a pain to go buy razors. You gotta get in the car, go to the store, ask the people. Harry's makes it super easy. They deliver really, really quality products. Harry's is kind of a cool company. They're new, they're less than 1 year old, and they're already doing super disruptive stuff in the shaving industry. They're offering a better shaving experience at better value than the big old giants. I'm not gonna mention their names, they rhyme with Flick and Fillet. The company makes awesome German engineered blades, and they care so much about the quality of the shave, they actually just purchased the 93-year-old German factory that actually makes them, which is kind of cool. Check them out, go to harrys.com and use promo code TECHNO to save $5 off your first purchase. $15 and get you a set that includes a handle, 3 blades, shave cream, shipped right to your door. Harry's even offers a custom engraving option to engrave your initials right on the razor so everybody knows that is your razor. So your wife, girlfriend has no excuse to use your razor and be like, I didn't know, I just had to shave my legs. Like, no, it's got my name on it. You should know that. Again, check them out at harrys.com. The car is really quiet, especially when you're using the battery. That's true with most electric cars, but Cadillac did a great job dampening all outside wind noise, which is not true with most electric cars. So when you've got this running in electric and you've got the windows up and you've got the AC turned off, you really don't hear that much noise. That does change though completely when that internal combustion starts kicking on and you get rattles. You can hear the engine whirl and grind. You can almost feel the pistons pumping up and down. You can almost feel vibrations up your arm as well. It's two totally different driving experiences here. So what's the verdict on the ELR? On its own, it's really fun to drive, an enjoyable car, and I liked driving it, but I cannot recommend it due solely to the price. Look at it this way. A Volt starts at $34,000, meaning you can get 2 nicely optioned Volts for less what this is gonna cost. BMW 6 Series starts at $76,000. 60 kilowatt Model S starts at $69,000. Porsche Panamera starts at the same price, and the list goes on and on. The math on this car just doesn't add up. I'm not really sure what Cadillac made this car to compete with, the now defunct Fisker Karma. If you decide that money is not a factor for you, you'll be left with a very competent, enjoyable car to drive that's also really good looking. But if you've got $80,000 to spend on a car, you might want to see what else is available. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. You'll be the first ones to know when new videos come up. We have a ton of stuff. We do unboxings, we do hands-on, reviews, cars, and everything in between that has to do with consumer electronics. We'd love to have you stick around.